All right, so in this lesson, we're going to calculate unknowns using the angle addition postulate. Before we do this, let's just remind, there's a reminder what angle measures are. So it wants us to determine the angle measures of each indicated angle. So it says measure of angle AOB is 50 degrees. So measure of angle AOB is 50. Now, the way you measure it is you measure it like how much it opens like from the ground. So we start like we put it on the straight line just to start it somewhere. And then how much does it open up? It opens up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. These other larger numbers are coming from the other side because you can do the other side also. So the measure of angle BOC, BOC. So this doesn't start from here, so we can't just go all the way out. Like it wants to know this one right here, right? But we know that it goes from 50 degrees, 60, 70, 80, 90 degrees. So we know that 90 minus 50 degrees is 40 degrees. So this is 40 degrees. I'm going to make this pen a little bit larger. Okay, measure of AOC. The measure of AOC. So this right here. This one's easier because it starts from 0 and it goes all the way up to 90 degrees. I like to draw like a little arrow when I start from this 180 degree. Well, this line we'll say. So what's the measure of EOD? So EOD, this one right here. So if we start, we can go from 150 to 180, but if you're all the way over here, you can just start counting up this way, 10, 20, 30 degrees. What's the measure of angle BOD? BOD, so that's this one. So we go from, let's go from 50 all the way to 150. Oh, that's easy. That's 100 degrees. So 150, if you don't know, minus 50 is 100 degrees. And lastly, measure BOE. BOE. So it wants to know the measure of this one right here. I just count because it's from the right. Habit. So 50 all the way to 180. Oh, but we can also just go from 0 all the way to 130. All right, 130 degrees. Now, in this one, we are going to have to use a protractor. Look at this magic. I am going to move this protractor over here. Look at that. Amazing. Okay, good enough. So what's the measure of TQP? TQP. Now I could subtract and do all this, but I think I can rotate this. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get it here. And then I'm going to move it again. It's supposed to be perfectly on that line. That's good enough. So it starts at 0-ish, right? We'll add a degree here. And it goes all the way. So it goes 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 115, 116. We'll say 117 degrees. So 117 degrees. TQR, so TQR, oh man, okay, I should have just left it where it was. So I'm going to rotate the right thing. I'm going to rotate. We'll just do this one because it's all over the place. And we will move it. close enough. Okay, so that opens up about 25 degrees. So we'll get rid of that once and for all. All right, 25 degrees. Okay, so let's go to the next section of notes. So we want to find the measure of angle FGH if SGH, the measure of SGH is 85 degrees, and the measure of FGS is 65 degrees. So how would we get the measure of this entire thing right here? All we would need to do is add them, of course. So 65 degrees plus 85 degrees. So we get 150 degrees, which is angle FGH. Measure of angle FGH. And that's my answer. Okay. So find the measure of GUT. If VUT is 148 degrees, so VUT, so the whole thing is 148 degrees. The whole thing. And VUG is 93. VUG is 93 degrees. So this time if we want GUT, if we want this one right here, we're going to have to subtract 148 minus 93. I'm going to borrow. We got 14 minus 9 is 5. So 55 degrees. Measure of angle GUT is 55 degrees. And y'all get the point, so let's not even do that last one. So the angle addition postulate, what does it mean? You just, if you have two angles of a larger angle, you add them together, you get the larger angle. Not too crazy, right? So find x if the measure of ZST is 3x plus 3, and the measure of RSZ is 8x plus 10. And the measure of RST, this whole thing, is 145 degrees. All you do is you take 8x plus 10 and you add 3x plus 3. You get 145 degrees. Remember, these aren't going to make a difference because we're not subtracting. 8x plus 10 plus 3x plus 3 equals 145. And of course you have to start combining like terms. 11x plus 13 equals 145. And then you just keep going. I know how you can figure it out. X equals. So in this one it says we want to know the measure of GIJ. It says GIJ. Well, it does tell you something about it. X plus 157. And HIJ, this little one, is 172. HIJ. Okay, I was wondering. HIJ is 172 degrees, and HIG with a little one is 25 plus x degrees. So we know that x plus 157 plus 25 plus x will give me 172 degrees. And then here, let's solve for x. So 2x, and then we get 177 plus 5, 182 equals 172. Then we take away 182. 2x equals negative 10. We divide by 2. X equals negative 5. Now remember, though, that this problem over here, example 4, asked for x. Right? Asked for x. This problem over here asked for the measure. So we got to substitute it in. So Gij. So x plus 157. So negative 5 plus 157 is 152. So the measure of angle Gij is 152 degrees. That is it. Thank you.